everyone. My name is Donna, and I know you've been presented today with many aspect differences between us as Americans and other cultures. But I want to share with you my personal experience with the Chinese culture. I grew up in the southern part of the United States where I lived up until 8 years ago. That was then that I had the opportunity to immerse myself in the Chinese culture. There are many differences between the Chinese and Americans, but the one that really stood out for me was their interaction with each other. More specifically, their attitude toward friendship. My first lesson with friendship in China was during my first shopping trip to a local Chinese market where bargaining is almost required. I had gone there with my Chinese friend, Pat, and the salesperson was kept saying to me, "Oh, friend price, give me friend price." And I jokingly said, to my friend Pat, "It's a friend price, but that's a family price." And she said, "Oh, no, 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 no. That's their way of saying I'm giving you the best price." It wasn't that I was their friend, but what they were saying was, I'm honoring your business so much that I'm going to treat you like I'm a friend. I'm going to give you what I would give my friend, the message that they were trying to give me. So what are some aspects, characteristics of the Chinese friendship? Well, they're usually small, close-knit groups. Friends are forever, lifelong. They're also looked at just as important as family. Friends come before yourself. Do whatever it takes to help your friend. No questions asked. And the one that I thought was quite interesting is they try not to show negative emotions with each other. So an example of that we tend to, as Americans, be very open with how we feel and what we're thinking, and especially in that way. So my friend Pat kept, noticing me, and one day she just said, "You're so comfortable with being yourself, with showing your emotions." And she said, "We're taught not to do that, especially with our friends." So it was a compliment to me that she said that, and she has in turn tried to do that herself with me. But I can tell it's quite a struggle for her because it's not really part of who she is. What about Americans? What are the characteristics we have with friendship? Well, we usually have a larger group of friends. Okay? Friends are also viewed as a social success. Look at Facebook. How many people do you know have thousands of friends on Facebook when they probably only intimately know 30, and half of those are probably their family? Friends are considered more social, more casual. They just want to hang out. If your friend needs help, sure, if I've got the time. If you're not doing something else, if I need to do this, sorry, I can't do it. And they're easily terminated. Was an interesting term that I found. Um, so, what's the reason for that difference? There's something called an individualism collectivism scale. Now, Professor Gerard Hofstede, who is a social psychologist, has a 5 dimensions to culture that he uses. Now, he uses this to define, and I quote Professor Hofstede, the extent to which the individual versus the group is valued in a culture. What is more important, us or the greater good? Individualism. And I'm going to quote Dr. Hofstede again. He says that they are concerned about the consequences of one's behavior or one's own needs, interests, or goals. So, in other words, they have individual attitudes, personal interests, and personal goals. It's really kind of all about me. Collectivism, on the other hand, and I'm going to quote Dr. Hofstede again, says that collectivists value group achievement and group harmony. They're intensely connected with the group members, such as their family or their friends. They want to see the entire group succeed. Now, there's been many studies done on all five dimensions of Dr. Hofstede's theory. But just recently, a study was done between China and America, since we are so interwoven at this point in time. And what the study was looking at, which we looked at all aspects of the five dimensions, but what I'm going to talk to you about is the individualism scale. So the individualism scale is this column right here. Okay? The U.S. is in yellow and China is in blue. Now what this says is 91% of Americans are individualistic. 22% of Chinese are individualistic. What does that mean? That means China values the group. The whole group needs to succeed for me to succeed. Americans, that means we are more concerned with our own needs, our own goals, our own interests. What can make us succeed as an individual? Now, there is no right or wrong. There is, however, one common thing: trust. And both cultures completely agree that trust is the most important aspect to any friendship and to any culture. And that is what ties us together. Thank you so much for your time.